Hello, I'm going to try to do my best to give you some explanations here as to what the data actually means. This is Henry Brunton at his Golf Academy in Toronto. And Henry is a well-known instructor in Canada. I've got him fairly well positioned in the mat so that the arches of his feet are in the center of that line. And I'm going to move the data here one step forward. Now you're going to see this his COP go backwards here. And that's what that negative line is, with the line below the graph, the chart. I'm going to just replay it again. Let it go. And we're going to do it again. Now, Henry does something very unique, and he resets the angle 2 times. That's the first release at the top is peak velocity, his next resetting of the angle, and his next resetting of the angle just prior to impact. He hit the shot pretty well, actually. But go ahead, and I'm going to play it back, and you're going to see it again, and you're going to understand what I mean by resetting. He's going to reset it right there. You can see that just perfectly. The yellow lines indicate his feet moving from front to back. And he has a fair amount of a clutter there, I call it, before impact, and that's his feet getting out of his way so that he can make proper contact with the ball. Henry's a very good golfer, very talented, and he's been able to utilize the most out of his swing by setting and releasing his angle, and then also getting his feet out of the way so he can make proper contact. Peak velocity, to note, is 228. That probably translates into a swing of in around 95 miles an hour. The interesting to note here, though, that his release factor is based on this peak, which is the largest peak velocity, but it's post the swing. So to me, that in this case, the release factor is not valid data. I'm going to find you another swing here. Okay, I'm going to take you. There's a really neat swing here. I'm going to find you from Jeff Chambers in Elmwood. And to me, this is a fantastic, powerful swing. You're going to see something really neat. I want you to note the COP. At impact, he goes backwards. This is sort of a classical stack and tilt look. I'm going to replay it. Very stabilized in his feet. Very little chatter, as I referred to it. But look what this yellow line here just towards impact. And I'll try to capture it. Almost caught it right on. Watch his COP. It's actually going to go backwards there. Backwards. He's building up some resistance just prior to impact. Jeff hit this ball very, very well. I wanted you to note is that almost in every instance where the person hit the ball, the peak velocity crossed the horizontal line prior to impact was 0. He smoked that ball. This guy could really hit it. This is Elmwood, Saskatchewan. I want to show you another guy whose swing I thought is very, very interesting to take a look at in terms of the Ryan, who's the assistant pro at Connaught. I'll just find it here. And you're going to see this guy's hitting an iron. Lefty. Very smooth. His peak velocity this was with a 5-iron. It's 355. And when I talked to Ryan, I've never met him before. He indicated to me that he was hitting his drives in excess of 305 to 310 yards quite consistently. And when I referred that to other guys, they told me that's true. This guy's a bomber. But look at his stable platform on his feet. Watch his peak velocity right here. And again, he smoked this. And it seems like the impact line is just after 0. So whenever I see the impact of a good shot, it's either just slightly after the 0 line or slightly before. This phenomenon needs more research to be understood properly. His release factor, his time to impact, is very little, and that's what we're looking for. This is a valid number. The 355 here, this is huge power. I'm trying to translate this into a swing speed with that particular iron of over 105 miles an hour, over 100 miles an hour. And I would absolutely find that to be valid. We can do a lot of work on this with Flight Scope or TrackMan, and even swing bite, but I'm very positive this is a valid number. Again, very little chatter, just one main peak. I'm going to show you another swing here, and this fellow is also too a powerful golfer. And this is from Dean at Royal Regina. I didn't get a good position on his feet there. It was very bright and very sunny. I could barely see the screen, but again, I want you to notice look at the peak velocity. He just smoked this drive too. This was at least 290, maybe further. Again, release factor, the number is very small. In my case, I'm closer to 200, and I'm a 55-year-old man that used to be a fairly good golfer, but no longer has the power. This peak velocity, probably in the area, I would say equates to a speed of in the area of 95 to 100 miles an hour. He's using a driver there. He just smoked this. I mean, literally smoked this. And that's just about at the zero line, and you can see the peak velocity is just before impact. Very, very good shot. But again, note on his peak velocity here, we're actually measuring the time after the impact to zero, because he makes a big move after it. I didn't get, again, good position on his feet, but I wanted you to see the raw data so that at least begin to start to make some sense. Then we'll show you another swing here and try to keep this meaningful. A young lad named David Fritz. He hit the shot. Well, let's just take a look. He had 3 shots. And I want to see the one, if I can find the one where he didn't hit it so well. This one he hit great. And no, sorry, this one he did not hit so good, which is cool. His peak velocity occurred way before his releasing. Just even at the top, he reset that angle twice. Watch, we're going to do this again. Okay, so right about there, he's already, and you can see, look at the congestion with his COP. He's already began to release that angle. He's moving forward before he even knows it, before he's even started at the top of his swing. There's nothing wrong with that, just his style. But again, we're going to get to his secondary peak velocity, and you notice that again, the third peak velocity, and you can only have one peak velocity, but these large white spikes, this third peak is right at impact. He did not hit this shot well. Interesting phenomena. That's about it. Terry Hashimoto with the Boditrak shift system, trying to give you some information regarding the data. Have a good day.